No, I guess the way it all began is like from a young age I was always sort of messing around with music, playing the piano, a bit later on started playing the drums as well, and when I got like a bit older I started to get more interested in just like dance music, and definitely when I was about old enough to go out to dance music, you know, I went to a drum and bass night. It was the first time I heard it. It was instantly sold, and you know, sort of from there, the next day I bought a lot of records. I went to a local record shop, and said like, yeah, that music, I need that. I need to buy a lot of records. And I did that, started mixing it a bit, messing around with that, and got more serious sort of on the production side, messing around with computers, different programs, and just sort of gradually got more and more serious. I guess I started to sort of drop some of my own tunes in DJ sets I was playing, sort of 17, 18-year-old guy, doing a warm-up at some shitty little small night. You have to bleep that. And yeah, it's sort of people were saying like, yeah, that actually stands up to some of the stuff you're playing. So I started sending some things out, got good feedback, eventually got a couple of tunes signed, and then it snowballed on until it happened to be a career, and now I'm sitting here in a bench in a park in London. I guess my main influence, especially early on, you know, in drum and bass, were definitely like Ed Rush and Optical, Johnny L, Photex was direct, you know, Certificate 18, Metalhead, and you know, that kind of like the golden age, 98 sort of era of drum and bass, definitely influenced me a lot early on, and it's obviously still quite a big influence. But then a lot of different music as well, you know, just anything good really, I guess, from hip hop to jazz and for those kind of things, and definitely techno a lot as well. Basically, when I started going out to these drum and bass nights, I also started going sort of simultaneously going out to techno, and I did fall in love with that as well. And that's always been quite a big influence, and you know, just the sound of it, I really like it. I guess now as well, if I go out just to go out for myself, I'd go out to a techno night, so it's definitely a big influence. So yeah, I would say something like that, and just generally any sounds you hear around, I guess, or just you know, just sort of anything that gives you an idea to try something different this year, I guess. You know, I left obviously my family and all my long-time friends behind. Now, you know, in terms of the whole career, it's definitely been the right choice, because it's so good in London. There's so much going on, so much inspiration, so many people that are doing the same thing as well. And you know, that's been great, but I definitely miss Holland. You know, it's a really nice country to live in, to be in, and obviously I miss my family and my friends there. But then I try and go back as much as I can, and you know, it's a bit of a mixed feeling, I guess. It's good to be here. It's nice to be, you know, live in Holland. I can see myself moving back there. I probably will. You know, I can't see myself living here for the rest of my life. But for now, it just makes a lot of sense, and it is really good. You know, I do enjoy London a lot. Definitely. Right, London. Well, our own nights, the Shogun nights at Cable, are really like pretty special, to be honest. You know, just the vibe, always sold out. We're definitely getting spoiled down there, and I love Plastic People as well. It is actually, from a technical point of view, one of the worst places in the world to play. You can't hear yourself. It's just a crappy, tiny little booth. But the sound system, when you drop that tune in there with a right bass frequency, it just like, you know, just hits you. You know, just all your guts go through your whole body. You know what I mean? Rearranged. And yeah, so I definitely like playing there. And there's quite a few good clubs, to be honest. But I have to say, those are definitely my favourite too. Fabric can be real good as well. Although at the end of my set, I'm always deaf. But I guess that might be a good sign. So yeah, I think that'd be it. Other artists that excite me right now, you know, in dubstep, I think right now Jay Kenzo's really killing it. He's done a couple of tunes that really hurt me, just nice, dubby, dark, good dubstep, you know, it's almost like rollers in a way, like a drum and bass. And like sort of techno or other, I'm really feeling Blauan. He's really killing it right now for me. Like, just his production is really good, very refreshing, interesting stuff, and just drivey, techno-y bass lines underneath. Yeah, really into that. Shed is a killer as well in techno, or anything out of Berlin, you know, from that corner. And in drum and bass, you know, I think it's about time for a couple of new guys to step up again. I'm sort of waiting for the new killers. You know, I do feel like there might be some young children about that don't agree with me at all, and I might have actually insulted by saying that. I'll just let them cry it out. And in drum and bass, I think in drum and bass the people that really like sort of inspire me and impress me the most right now are Face and Noisia. They're just untouchable on the production. Like every time they do a new tune, I just sort of listen to it and go like, boy, you know. I do have a couple of things to learn on the technical side, but only from them, nobody else, do you know what I mean? If you want to sort of get somewhere in drum and bass right now, you just have to obviously, quite simply and quite boringly, just work hard. You know, if you have a sound, if you know what you want to do, then you just have to put in the time and you'll get there. You know, I'm pretty sure that everybody really could sort of get there eventually if you put in the time. You know, there's no magic tricks, no shortcuts. You have to realise that, you know, I guess you shouldn't be afraid to sort of want to give it up half the time, you know, be really angry at your computer or want to chuck it out the window a lot, because that's just what you have to go through, you know. But then, you know, sometimes you don't progress at all, and then sometimes you go forward in a big leap. So you just got to stick with it, you know, and just keep doing your tunes, and then once you think, you know, your tunes are anywhere near decent, try and send them out, try and get them to the right people. You know, get yourself an AIM account, because the whole drum and bass scene seems to be on AIM. That works well. And you know, all you really need then is to get a couple of sort of higher up DJs to play your stuff, and you can go far, really. You know, it's the snowball basically. As soon as one person goes on about you in drum and bass, seeing as a small scene, everybody will be on you, and then you've got to fuel the hype. Keep making the new tunes and ride the wave to success. That would be my the short version of the road to success in drum and bass. Yeah. I've been thinking about that for a while, to set up my own label. All right, boy, do you want to be in the frame? Come on.
Are you recording there or what?
Yeah. Start this again. It's like,
it's going down.
Hello, I'm here with William.
Starting your new label.
He runs Exit Recordings, amongst other labels. And could you tell us, share your thoughts about drum and bass right now?
It's all good. I'm going to the gym.
Alright, wicked man. Well, thanks for stopping by, and you smashed it. I've been thinking for a long time about starting up a label, because I'd really like to do that. I've been sort of kind of playing around with a couple of different ideas. I'm thinking maybe to do a dubstep kind of thing just on the side, and then I could do dubstep there and drum and bass and shoulder. But it's a bit difficult, and I have just been hearing so much really sad news from like distributors and whatever about the vinyl sales, because you know they've obviously been in decline for a long time, but like there's people saying another 6 months and over the whole scope, apart from maybe 3 labels in drum and bass, vinyl will not be profitable anymore. You're not buying it, go and buy vinyl. And for me to start a label that's digital is just such a uninteresting thing to do. I mean, maybe I have to get with the times at some point, but it just doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like you're actually running a label if you're not putting out vinyl. But then when you think about it, if you have to pay your own money to actually put vinyl out there, are you doing the right thing? So that's got me a bit worried right now, so I'm just contemplating. But I'd really love to do a label, absolutely. And I've got a lot of music as well, I think, you know, that could sort of shape a label maybe. But it's just one of those things I have to sort of figure it out, and we have to see where this goes with the whole vinyl sales, which is really depressing and sad, and maybe not the best note to end on.
Well, on a more positive note, what would be your track of the day?
My track of the day, my day's been really short, even though, you know, you might be able to sort of deduce from the point of the sun and the angles of the shadows that it is quite late in the day. You know what my track of the day is? It's today it is Portishead versus Kraftwerk 1187. It is such a killer tune, and I never hear anybody go on about that album. It is amazing.
Nice.
So that's it. Go and look it up on YouTube. And my album, Under the Eyes.